Hi Sagittarius, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your monthly forecast for October. And when I was feeling out your energy, I felt this month is special for you. Because a lot of energies are moving into the 10th house, and that is the career, life, path, destiny. And the eclipse season last month for you was about leaving something behind, leaving an old mindset behind, moving forward. It was about embarking on a new journey. And it's a new conservative approach. And for you, that's a big deal because you don't do anything conservative. And so I really feel like you're at a point where you're at a crossroads and you're really thinking things through, and this is a time of change. But I think it's going to take a shake-up or a wake-up call for you to really lower your ego enough to accept this challenge for what it is, because you guys often think you know everything, and so this enlightenment has to really, it's almost like it has to be a bolt of lightning for it to really strike home with you. So the Sun and Mercury are moving into Libra, and this is going to be in your 11th house. And the 11th house is the house of friendships. It's a house of social networking. It's the house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. The majority of your energy is hopes, dreams, and wishes, and in the 10th house. So this is a wish month. This is your ruler. Your ruler is moving into the 10th house. And it's got Mars, it's paired up with Mars, and it's paired up with Venus after the 8th in the 10th house. And so there's a lot of energy in giving you a reboot, restructuring how you think. But before you do that, you have to let go of the emotional turmoil that you're currently have allowed yourself to be in. And it's for a lack of a better understanding of your purpose and where you want to go. And it's a balancing out of the turmoil. So it's about introspection about, okay, say if you have this goal and this ultimate meaning in life, it's about making decisions that support that, and that can often be troublesome because for the most part, you're immutable energy. You tend to want to avoid things that cause tremendous upset because you're kind of interested more in the party type of life or in the good things in life. And all of this diligent hard work is very difficult for you. Now, the reason why you're such a focus is because Saturn last month moved into Sagittarius, and it's at 0 degrees. So anytime that Saturn is at the 0 degree mark or the lower degree mark, this is all about a reboot, a deep, deep reboot for you. And in fellow water and in fellow fire signs as well. But for you, it's a central focus. I feel it deeply with you. This is about emotional fulfillment. But in order to do that, it suggests that you need to move forward on a difficult journey, on a new mindset. And I think you primarily laid the foundation for or your past relationships or your childhood has provided you with the inspiration of how to move forward, but it's a difficult journey. It's a really long, difficult journey, and it's going to require blood, sweat, and tears, and for you to work hard at it, and that can be kind of difficult because you're the type of person that wants to work smarter, not harder, but this isn't the type of energy where you can get away with that mindset. You have to work hard. And stabilizing energy is really hard work. especially in your mindset. So for you, you're going to have a wake-up call. You're going to have a rude awakening. You're going to have a shake-up, and it's going to have to do in your home and family, or in where you seek refuge, or how you emotionally feel fulfilled with relationships around you, for you to understand that you need to make some changes, and they need to be very big. For many of you, this could be that some of you have an incredible drinking problem, or a drug problem. There is something that you are overindulging in that is not allowing spirit to speak to you. Look, you can't get on board with spirit if you are freaking on drugs or alcohol, because it doesn't communicate through you being inebriated. It just doesn't. And so it could be a wake-up call, letting you know that needs to change. And this probably happened last month. It probably happened around the solar or the lunar eclipse, that you understand that you need to turn your back to that mindset, and you need to make some changes. And that wake-up call is pulling into this month. But again, I think you don't know how to proceed, and it's the balancing of last month versus the prior month, or last month versus this month, or how do you even proceed? You have a definite routine, and it's how do you redefine everything? And so for you, the planet of passion, you and your ruler, the expansive planet, the way that it may provide you that awakening, or may provide you with that wake-up call, is it may make something go out of control. It may make you party too much. It may make you get a DUI. It may make you, it may make something tragic happen to you for you to understand, or you're with somebody who has these issues, and that you deserve more than that. And so that, you need to stop emotionally relying on these things to provide you the strength to move forward, because you're losing everything. You're losing your family, you're losing your friends, you're losing the stability that you want, and these coping methods are getting out of control. I mean, that's what I see, raging inferno. So on the 8th, Venus moves into Virgo in your 10th house. And, Venus in Virgo is a debilitated energy. So it's asking you to be conservative. Stop taking so many risks. Be somebody that somebody can count on. Stop wandering about to meet your own ego-based needs. And even though you're in relationships, see yourself as alone. See yourself as one entity versus a family. I mean, you're going to be under fire. Saturn is going to be focusing on you. And what Saturn does in the lower degrees is it really centralizes on areas of improvement. And it really asks you to pay attention to where you are falling, or where you have lack of control, and it does that by expanding those areas. And Jupiter in this isn't helping. It really is allowing your ego to expand those areas. If you are in poor coping methods, they will become worse. I would say right around the 12th, energy starts to turn around a little bit. There starts to be a brand new perspective. I think you understand your day-to-day thinking, or the way that you're analyzing everything. You're looking at your life, and you're thinking that things need to change, because Mercury, the planet that rules thinking on a day-to-day level, is going to go direct, and it'll be fully direct around like the 11th, 12th. And so I think for the most part, you're going to start to feel a little bit better about what's being asked of you. You're a mutable energy, so it's not as though you're not willing to change. It's just getting your ego to back down enough for you to want to change it, right? Because you always think you're right. No matter where you're at, you're just right. And even if you're freaking dead wrong, you're right. And so there needs to be a shattering wake-up call for you to understand that your thinking isn't right. But when that happens, you are all too willing to expand how you process that. That's an easy thing for you. So around the 12th, when the energy starts switching over, Mercury's up to full par, that's when Mercury aligns, the new moon happens in Libra in your 11th house. And to me, this could mean that a friend comes in or an opportunity comes in that makes you change the way that you look at all of this, that makes you reevaluate everything. It makes you want to seek balance. It makes you want to have a new perspective. It makes you want to elevate your mind. And it's a new beginning. And I think it has to do with either a business partnership, a union of some sort, or a significant relationship that really provides you this wake-up call, really provides you with an intense conversation about why they will or won't stay, or why they feel they deserve more, or why they left, or why you experienced turmoil around the solar and the lunar eclipse. On the 17th, Mercury aligns with Jupiter. So Mercury, the planet of thinking, the lower mind, Jupiter, that elevates your mind, are both aligned in your 10th house. So this is about elevating everything on a substantial level. I mean, it's almost like you have a spiritual awakening, or it's almost like you feel like there's a special alignment that you haven't felt before, and that there's just a clarity that you need to get all of this under control. Maybe a partner didn't even need to tell you that. Maybe it's just a general clarity that something needs to change, and it's through an enlightenment. It's through something internal that you figure all this out. On the 27th, we have a full moon in Taurus, and that is in your 6th house. So, again, the reason why I say, okay, so a full moon illuminates the darkness. It brings to a head energy. It's an accumulative energy. And so if many of your vices are out of control, if your coping methods are self-indulgent and out of control, then an awakening is going to happen this month in that area, and you are going to be asked to change some of your routines. And I think that this has to do with a significant partnership or a home and family member that you value, and that you know it's a long journey ahead and it's going to be hard, but this person is worth it. Like, there's an emotional investment that you're not willing to lose to stay stuck, and that you know that there's something that you need to do. I think this is a deeply personal journey. This might mean that you take a little time out and go off and wander about by yourself and have some time of clarity and introspection. And, you know, you might be selfish in that area and just do it, because I don't think it's necessarily selfish if you go off and during the worst part of your transformation, you just take a time out and you deal with yourself, because that allows you to emotionally invest in the future at a higher octane level. And some of you may have to do that, because this is a highly sensitive issue. This is causing you to really be vulnerable, and I don't think you really know how to process it at this level. And you really want to step forward with routines, and it's really hard to manage people and responsibilities with a new mindset and routines and an awakening and solar and a lunar eclipse and all this stuff. It's a lot being asked of you, and that's why you're at a moment of imbalance. That's why you're at a moment of clarity where you need to start revisiting what you're supposed to do with your life, your career life purpose, or, you know, who you're moving forward with, and, you know, how you are elevating your consciousness and who you are elevating it with. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. So you might need to actually be a hermit and just walk about and gain some enlightenment through some introspective time on your own. Don't feel bad if that's what you have to do, because I see emotional fulfillment in the end, and everybody's cup's full after you're done. I don't see this as you're just stuck, you know, in this limiting time frame and nobody's getting what they want from you. Thank you guys so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.